Good day, everyone. Welcome to Bird Speaks Tarot. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. This is a general reading and is for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to start with charms like usual here. Okay, so either something's cold or winter or... Oh, geez. What is going on? Okay, so this is an interesting set. I'm going to bring this up so you can see. Okay, so either we have the horse there symbolizing either this year, the year of the fire horse. We have my symbol for voodoo dolls because I don't have a voodoo doll charm. I use the gingerbread man because the gingerbread man was actually the original voodoo doll. Might not be original, but I know in certain other places, I believe it's like Celtic or Germanic, I'm not really sure, but I know they used to like break the legs off. They used to use gingermen like voodoo dolls. We have our siren here, which is, or my mermaid, which is my symbol for lady of the night or that type of work. So whether it be like taking off clothes or like actually in the biz of that. But to pair that up with drugs, okay, because this looks like, there's a lot of drugs involved, this kind, either the Coca-Cola or your friend Crystal. I hope not your friend. I hope Crystal's not your friend. If she is your friend, look into that. Stay away from that. It's the most probably demonic drug out there. So we have a lady of the night. It looks like somebody does this for work, or, the way readings are going these days, this might be something somebody's saying about you, or using a doll to try to entice you into some sort of party lifestyle. But it looks like somebody is in hot water for this. Even if it's the other way, it seems like somebody could be going scorched earth. So I feel like hot water felt right when I said it, rather than scorched earth. So scorched earth would be somebody's like super mad about it. In somebody in hot water, somebody's obviously in trouble for like that type of lifestyle, or saying maybe you're in that type of lifestyle, something along those lines there. Who are we talking about today? Yeah, somebody's hung themselves, like possibly, not literally YouTube, though wink, wink, nudge, nudge, possibly. Somebody's being hung out to dry, or somebody could be being, be the lamb, the sacrificial lamb, or something along those lines. What else we got? For some sort of legacy, this is already making me, I don't like how this reading's starting. Somebody needs to be put to rest for this Ten of Pentacles. It's feeling to me like this could very well be rumors. The timeline may be this year, or like even as before February or something like that, because that's when if I'm looking at Year of the Fire Horse, that's the Chinese zodiac, and that would start mid-February. I believe it's February 13th or something around there. It's mid-February. But somebody needs to get this done for this before that. This could have to do with family. If you've seen the triangle there, thank you, Bronwyn's Cove Tarot 111, for that triangle thing. I use that reference all the time. I used to watch her. I still watch her sometimes, but more years ago, to be honest, when she first started out. I feel like this is some sort of gift this Ten of Pentacles is supposed to be some sort of gift, possibly that was handed down to you, like from somebody who loved you very, very, very much. And it seems like somebody's in their head about it. Wanting to take action here, possibly online. This makes me think of AI, maybe. And behind that, we have the King of Pentacles. So we could be dealing with either an old boss or a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Looks like they are either getting the message or sending a message about some sort of competition here. Something toxic, that's for sure. Maybe there's more than one person that's trying to complete this task. Now, this person could very well be on some sort of substances. You know, like, to me, this is giving, like, somebody that's hanging out with, you know, at the club, at the ladies club, doing a bunch of, you know, just partying it up with these things. You know, they could even be, maybe somebody's got a doll on them, causing them some sort of toxic yeah, I feel like you see that very, like the sun's out on that. Now, I don't know if this person's been exposed for that. You know, I feel like this person's almost like a woman beater. If you notice here, it looks almost like she's missing a tooth. Can you see that on camera? I hope so, because it was an expensive camera. So I hope it's picking it up. But yeah, it's almost looking like somebody's, like, I feel like somebody's going to the law. And I see a little spider here. Like somebody is trying to get her caught up in their web, or this person is getting caught up in some sort of a web. That could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, female, feminine energy. Not necessarily a female, but a feminine. Yeah, the wheel is turning here. I just saw the Eight of Pentacles, some sort of job. About a job or somebody's job. Oh, see, this lady is like not wearing any clothes here. And he, I mean, I think the pentagram gets a bad rap, honestly. But it is kind of giving me like somebody could be using a doll on a lady of the night, or a doll to try to influence you to become this vulnerable, you know, like, I feel like there's, like, she's in the back room of the club and the boss is like, you know, painting this picture either of her or like has her somehow in a vulnerable position, exploiting that with pictures. Maybe somebody's trying to exploit with pictures, and AI pictures. It's not even real pictures. You know, like, this came up earlier today. I did not record the reading, but this is obviously another continuation of what the energy was coming up before. And that is, there is some sort of boss man, like head of, like, probably owns a lot of ladies of the nights type clubs or businesses, like massage parlors, things like that. They definitely are, you know, have zero problem with doing drugs and alcohol. Like, that is, you know, like, they do that for breakfast. They eat drugs and alcohol for breakfast. It's just the lifestyle. I don't know if they were like born into it, but they for sure are heavily involved. And somehow, what this has to do with you, I don't know if you're like the one who got away. Like, I feel like you're traditional in a sense, like you're not involved in that stuff. Like, maybe like you went to some parties when you were younger, like any 21-year-old. And I don't know if somewhere along the lines, like, If somebody like put something in your drink or something like that to get you to do something you normally wouldn't do, and there's like pictures of it, or maybe they couldn't make that happen, so now they're trying to make it look like it happened with AI. Let's get into this. They stole something from a Queen of Pentacles. And I think they're trying to cover this up by getting rid of the Queen of Pentacles. If they make the Queen of Pentacles look like somebody who's like involved with drugs and alcohol and promiscuous, like even promiscuous for a job. This is who's being attacked. Because somebody took something from this person or tried to, and I'm noticing those papers there. And I'm also noticing the swords. So they tried to legally take something from somebody by using weapons of, like, words, sword magic. Voodoo dolls. So they could even been doing magic on like some sort of court situation. But this person, like, I feel like whoever this female is, because I do feel like I feel like a female was the head of that. Now she may work for guys like this, but I feel like one of the females, maybe like another coven member, club member, cult member, whatever you want to call it, was in a sense like, I don't know, she like pointed you out like, hey, I know this person has this, we can do this is an easy target, like pretty much taking candy from a baby type thing, right? Like, and she has no qualms about that. Like she has started all the rumors. So like if you go missing, nobody's going to give a shit. Because, of course, you went missing. Why wouldn't you go missing? Like, before somebody figures out that their stuff is gone, like their proper, I don't know if these are deeds or, like, banknotes of some sort, like, papers about a trust fund, or, like, I don't, penny stocks. I don't know much about that stuff. But, you know, I feel like this is the OG owner of this, and somebody tried to snake you at your spot. Now, maybe they even did, which is why they need desperately to smear your name. And, you know, I don't know, with this hot water there, make away with the evidence, which would be, you know, you, the physical you. I'm trying to say things so I'm not triggering any censorship here. Bear with me. Yeah, you know, this was, somebody thought they had the world in their hands. Somebody thought like, oh my God, you know, they made a plan. They, you know, were looking forward to carrying this out. They really thought that they had like what was in this safe in their hands, and they were, you know, just about to like make way with it, and something seems to have gotten in the way of those plans. The High Priestess got in the way, yeah, because you are very well connected to Source. You are highly intuitive. You listened to your gut. When God said move, you moved. When Spirit said move, you moved. You know, when I say God, that's whatever God, you know, you assign to. There's either a lot of competition over this or a lot of fighting over this. Like, I kind of feel like this group is blaming each other. Well, you said this and you said this and this was supposed to happen this way. And if you didn't do that, we wouldn't be here type of deal, right? Yeah. I feel like you moved quickly on something. You took a leap of faith towards something, and that got you out of this situation. You could even have a young child, possibly a daughter, possibly a water sign. This could have even been the target that they were trying to steal. There's a tower here because somebody saw something that this King of Wands did to try to get success and wish fulfillment. They saw that they were working, this could have even been you seeing something, that they were working in tandem with other people that maybe were, I don't know if they were, it's like you, I don't know if you like met somebody somewhere and then like you met other people and you kind of thought it was all like somewhat of a natural occurrence, but really they were sent by the devil. That's the truth. Yeah, like somebody sent them in. So like possibly, I don't know, so, I feel like somebody came in from somewhere else or from somebody sent them after you from far away. Possibly a fire sign. Yeah, they thought that they could get rid of you. I think they possibly were working with this Queen of Cups. She's just sitting back waiting for this plan to work out. Her and the King of Cups. Watching, spying, lurking. Yeah. I feel like they're trying to learn something about you now. Like, something to bring in some sort of tower, or this is somebody who saw something and is bringing in some sort of tower, some sort of rules have been broken when it comes to this plan that these people had. There's going to be a very quick change here coming in, something about a King of Pentacles. Yeah, the King of Pentacles is definitely tied to this, I don't know if it's an inheritance or whatever is in this safe there, whatever was being stashed away. I think they hired maybe even like a King of Pentacles, or this was passed down from not a King of Pentacles. They could have hired like a King of Cups. Maybe even, like I said, like a couple, or you met this couple through work. I don't know, like, are your bosses like say you work somewhere and you have like a boss whose wife happens to also be a water sign, so that like it could be like a Cancer and a Pisces, or a Scorpio and a Pisces, Scorpio and a Cancer, take it how it resonates, right? But it does seem like there is a power couple working together with this group. It could even be the rest of their family to try to get some sort of wish fulfillment celebration. What else do we need to know? So, this is also feeling like the Eight of Wands I just saw. Something's coming in quick. I feel like you need to be using your intuition on this one. I feel like this is where you need to get out of Dodge fast. Tell me about this High Priestess, Knight of Wands. Where somebody came in real hot. You're going to need to use your intuition. I just saw the cup. I just saw... Where is it? I just saw the Two of Cups. Let's keep going here. Somebody made some sort of quick action towards the High Priestess. Maybe doing something without thinking. Like, you know... I feel like somebody was possibly like told to go do something and were like the details were left out. Like they're like, oh, go get this person. You know, they don't have any like protection or whatever. Like, you know, they're not say like say you live in a town where the groups are popular. Like, it's giving me like kind of like small town vibes. It's like maybe you live in the city part of like a small area, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not in New York or Toronto, you're in like a smaller city, but like still fairly rural. Like, you know, maybe your city's, you know, half an hour from one end to the other, and it's surrounded by like small towns or something, and everybody there grew up together, knows each other. Like, I would say there's not a lot of schools there. So like if you did go to, if you're the same age as somebody, you know, there's one high school, right? And like everybody knows everybody. And there's some sort of like affiliation. There's like an undercurrent of a group, whether, you know, could be a lot of bikers, it could be a lot of Masons, it could be a lot of like, it's some sort of group like that. It's some sort of like you have to take an oath to get in, right? Maybe you're not from there. Not sure how you ended up there, but it's like somebody came speeding towards you and they didn't know who you were. And it turns out like you're this high priestess. Like, you know everybody's fucking secrets. Just because you have a connection to Source, right? Like, I don't feel like they knew this. Or maybe they did, and that's why you're so highly sought after. Maybe they want to make sure that, like, you could have been discovered during 2020 in a sense. Like, maybe you were just some rando in town, and then next thing you know, like, 2020 happened, and you're like marching down the streets being like, don't listen to the corrupt government, they're trying to poison you, like something along those lines, right? Like, where you're like, you know, rallying for freedom, and you're like you're going against the grain. Because like, if you were on that side, I should call my channel like Tinfoil Hat Tarot or something, or Truth Speaker Tarot, because, you know, this is where I shine. Because, you know, I experienced all that myself in 2020. Like, if I did not wear a mask, so I'll just say that, and you can picture how that went. You know, I had people legitimately kicking me out of places, and you know, yelling at me, put on a mask, like right up in, like, I had old people coming up and pointing in my face and stuff, be like, you're killing my wife. It's like, no, bud, I'm sure your wife's vaccinated. You know, that thing that works. Probably shouldn't say that word either. Jeez. But like, I don't know. They came at you real quick. They had no idea that you're actually, your roots go way back. And the only reason why maybe you're even there is because you're from there, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll go live there since I was born there. Maybe that's a thing. I feel like you're connected to this in some way, shape, or form. Like, what it's giving me, it's like they went after, like, the Most High. Like, if you, I don't know how you ended up leaving when you were younger. Like, maybe, like, your parents broke up and they took you some places, like, you were raised somewhere else. And then it's like you returned home and nobody knew who you were. Like, it's giving me that. It's like, meanwhile, like, your DNA runs deep. Turns out, like, you know, like, who knows? Maybe even your grandfather was the leader of this shit. Like, something like that, right? Like, either way, you're highly protected. And these guys just can't get out. You're the freaking Empress. That's what I'm saying. Like, you hold all the cards. And you do it with unconditional love. And that's not just unconditional love for, like, proper people. Like, you're literally somebody that would be like, okay, come on, come to my house, get your shit cleaned up. I don't know if you guys ever done that, but you know, you usually end up regretting it in some way, shape, or form. But I have most certainly in my lifetime helped a few people overcome certain things. They did the work, obviously. I just gave them a safe place to do it, provided, the warm bed, the non-judgmental place to go. Like, I'm no angel myself, like back in the day, right? Like, I never, honestly, I'm the most boring out of all the people I know, but, you know, been there, done that, know how to overcome this shit, and I like to help others, I like to assist others, and I know that any of the chosen ones do, right? Yeah, you know, we like to see people succeed. But I don't think these people, this could be like, I don't know, your long lost family, or this could be that boss. This could be that boss. Like maybe you ended up in like, you know, you worked at a restaurant or something like that. And you didn't think much of them. They didn't think much of you. Not like, you know, you didn't walk in there and be like, oh, I'm working for a bunch of witches and, like, well, not warlocks, because, you know, witch masters or whatever, right? Male witches. You didn't walk in there and be like, oh, apparently I'm working for like gang members who don't wear vests or patches, because, you know, I'm pretty sure not all of them are suited up. Like this guy in reverse, right? Here he has all the formal garb on, whether that be like his regalia, the group regalia, whatever that is, Masonic, biker, both, I don't know. But this person was like, in a sense, like unseen, like unmarked. He didn't know who you were. You didn't know who he was. You were just boss employee. And then something happened where, I don't know if you said something along the lines like, oh, I won't be working here long. I got an inheritance or something stupid. You know, whatever it is. They thought they could take advantage of you. They thought they could take whatever this was from you. And you even could, let's see, I'm hoping this isn't your dad, right? Like, I mean, like say you were, like I was saying, raised somewhere else, and then you come home, and you meet your dad, and, you know, at first you meet him and he's like a stand-up guy, and then when you really get to know him, turns out this guy like does not care about you. He did not want your return home. He looked at you like an opportunity to, I don't know, rank up or put, because I feel like these are all rumors. I feel like somebody's gone around and completely trashed your name, like saying things like you're like this, and maybe using things like the doll to give, I don't know, some sort of like illusion magic, like, or transfer, like if this father figure or boss figure struggled with drugs and alcohol, they wanted to like destiny swap in some way with you, like, you know, put you in their position where you take on their demons and they get to walk away scot-free without having to actually put in the healing work for it. There's some sort of like, it's like you wouldn't have this golden opportunity if you were in this type of position, right? And that, to be fair. But it seems you were supposed to be held in high honor, and this person, whether it be boss or father figure, was trying to make sure that that didn't happen. Yeah. But you're out here being a whole dang earth angel. Not only do you have your masculine and feminine balanced, but you also have your emotions grounded. You have walked the path, overcome, and received your crown. You were initiated, so to speak, in the 5D, not by this person who couldn't even get his own together. Not without shenanigans. Not without shenanigans. Yeah, I feel like they're going to have to give you some sort of something that's been hidden from you. Something that was given to you initially with love. Now that could be your spiritual gifts here. That bird is dropping off your discernment. The bird is dropping off your clairs. And this really, really stresses this emperor out, because boy, did they do work on you. That voodoo doll, man, they tore every limb off that thing, and that's the truth. They tried to bind you to this type of stuff. They tried to bind you to addiction. They tried to bind you to abusive relationships. They tried to bind you to them and their control. And they celebrated it when they thought that they won. Unfortunately, this has now fizzled out and become a stalemate. The sun has gone down. The night has grown cold. And this group is out of time. It's over. Cycle closed. You healed your inner child. And that exposed these people. Ay, 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 ay. Whoever I am talking to, you have overcome immense heartbreak and pain. And you know, I think obviously you need to take accountability for your part in all of this, but I also want you to realize that it wasn't all you. Somebody was literally playing you like a puppet. Tell me more about who this emperor is. Is this family or a boss? Somebody who is trying to burn your shit down. Somebody who is a... This reminds me of a Page. How do you know this emperor? How did you meet or know this emperor? Drinking and partying? When you were drinking and partying, I guess? Or through tough times? Like, if this is your... See, I'm getting water as well. Like, emotions. Clarify the Nine of Cups in reverse. Some sort of overindulgence, or when maybe you were overindulging. Some sort of competition. This really could be a boss. Somebody you're fighting with. Now, you know, if that's your dad or that's your boss. Yeah, so I feel like you were partying at the time. And so were they. And it's like, yeah, it's like they tried to like switcheroo. Or blame. They were easily able to put the blame on you because you were partying at the time. Maybe you were coping with something. Not coping very well with something. Like, they could have met you at, like, say, like, the lowest part of your life. Yeah, and with the number 5 just stood out to me. It kind of feels like this was a temporary position, but maybe they had the wrong impression. So somebody could have thought, like, oh, okay, so we're going to make this girl a target because she's sitting there, like, hammed out of her face. You know, maybe they're like, maybe she got kids at home or something like that, and they're like, oh, she shouldn't be drinking like that if she's got children at home. You know, but like, they don't know what, like, you just went through. Maybe, like I said, you were coping with something that's not, like, permanently who you were. And even if you were, like, who cares? Like, that doesn't make you a target. See, they're holding on to some sort of finances or some sort of stability. This makes me think it's your dad. And this person, this could even be their overindulgence. This doesn't even have to be you. This could be them. I mean, this is the father figure who wants to fight you for some sort of money they're hanging on to. Some sort of money they had stashed in the wall. Like, you know what I mean? It could be the bank, but... So it's like they thought maybe you didn't know about it. What's coming in quickly for the High Priestess? I gotta wrap this up soon. I didn't use a full battery. I didn't realize that. Plus, you guys only have short attention spans anyway. I know, me too, don't worry. What's going on with this Nine of Wands? What's coming towards this High Priestess? I'm going to leave this right here. Something's going to be made right. Something's going to be paid out to you. Something is going to be made fair. They were holding on to this with all of their strength. They were willing to take this to the grave as long as you didn't have it by the looks of it. But I don't know, something's changed there. I don't know, maybe there could even be a private eye watching you online. Like, I don't know if that's like your social media. But something's been learned. Something's been learned that's going to close out this cycle. And the only way to close out this cycle is to make that right. I feel like this person is not the person making it right. I feel like they literally will, this homie's got like bugs crawling on him and stuff, and he will not. If that was on my neck, I'd be letting that money go. I'd be like, get it off, and get me out of the freaking hole. You're sinking, you're going under. Like, give it up. There you go. I feel like you should, I know it's not the Justice card, but I feel like you should expect that coming your way very, very soon. I love this reading for you. And I love you. Peace.